So welcome to All About Symbian's coverage of the Smartphone Show 2008. Rafe's here. Say hello, Rafe.
Hi guys.
Say hello, Ewan.
Hi everyone. Welcome to the show.
And there are some great video interviews and features coming up. Here's one right now. Cut.
Hurrah!
I'm here with George Henneth from NS Basic Corporation. So how long have you been going and what exactly is NS Basic?
Well, NS Basic's got to start back in the early 90s when we realized how difficult the developer tools that were being marketed by the major manufacturers were. So we decided to come up with something simpler, and we looked to Basic because everybody starts with Basic and knows how that works.
Okay.
We came out on Windows Mobile, we've been on Palm platform, and our new product is for Symbian.
Okay.
Over the years, close to 20,000 developers now use our development tools on various platforms.
Okay, at the Symbian and S60 implementation, is that a native runtime or are you using other technologies?
We're basing our runtime on the StyleTap runtime, which has proven to have pretty good performance and made it a lot easier for us to get our product up and running on it. They provide a fairly nice looking UI and good access to the various system services we need to make a good, solid product.
Okay. Well, what sort of numbers are we talking about in terms of released programs available now for S60?
On the StyleTap side, and you probably want to speak to StyleTap and edit this part out of that.
Yeah, sure.
The question really belongs to them. There's about 30,000 Palm apps out there.
Okay, and they will all now, by default, now run on S60 with the runtime.
That's right.
How many applications do you know of specifically that have been created in NS Basic and on StyleTap on S60? I'm thinking of RMR.
Okay.
I'm close friends with
Well,
RMR.
the product's only been out for a month now, so
okay.
There haven't been a ton. However, I know about half a dozen that have been released already.
Yeah.
Some of them already have been covered, I believe, on All About Symbian's website.
Yeah. RMR Software are good friends of ours, and I know that they've certainly ported all their Palm products over to S60 using the platform. What are you actually announcing that's new at the show today? Any special announcements?
No, there's nothing specifically that's new. We've come up with a number of improvements to the UI that are going to be released in the next week or so.
Okay. And, can you share those now?
They're so subtle that they probably won't come up well on the screen here.
Okay.
It's just that the screen displays are smoother and a little bit sharper than they were before.
Okay. And I understand you had some price cuts recently to try and bring down the entry barrier.
The reason for that was that we took a look at where the marketplace was and where it was going.
Yeah.
Traditionally, we've priced our products around the $149 US price.
Yeah.
We tried to see whether a higher price point would work in the Symbian world, and our existing customers said, no, that's not us anymore. There's a much bigger marketplace out there for the small developer shop, and by pricing it properly, we can continue to buy it.
Yeah.
So we just listened to our customers, and they told us the number that it should be at, and we fixed it.
Okay. I presume in the early days you were the main coder writing the NS Basic interpreter yourself.
Yeah, to call it an interpreter or something, it's difficult. What's an interpreter anymore?
Okay.
So I wouldn't precisely call it that. But yes, I was involved in the coding right from the beginning. I still do some of the coding now. We have a number of developers working on the project. My job is always to do the public face, the name on the emails, so the rest of the guys can stay in the lab and get some work done.
Okay. How many people do you have on your staff now?
We're about 5 or 6 people right now.
Okay. Okay. And what are your plans looking ahead in the next couple of years?
Well, the first release of the Symbian product was meant to be a good staple product to start off with. We see a lot of opportunities to extend that and make that a more powerful product. Also, we're going to be seeing exciting new devices from Symbian, the new touchscreen S60 devices, and we want to make sure that we have good solid support for those things.
Yeah, that's going to be especially important, I guess, with the StyleTap being so heavily centered on emulating a touchscreen. So effectively, you can bring the two together.
Oh, it's going to be a snap for us because we're already there for the touchscreen stuff. So,
will you even need StyleTap in the way for NS Basic on Series S60 5th edition with the 50?
Yes, StyleTap will still be involved, but one thing that happens when you're using NS Basic, you don't know that you're using StyleTap.
Yeah.
It's embedded deep down in the product, and it isn't obvious at any point that the StyleTap runtime engine is being used.
Okay.
There's no extra license fees, there's no extra modules, there's nothing that shows up in the launcher that says that we're using StyleTap.
Okay.
So StyleTap really isn't an important part of our message.
Okay. So, well, thank you very much. This is George Henneth from NS Basic.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bye. We've just been talking to George Henn of NS Basic, and this is his partner in crime. This is Lou Shepherdson, who runs StyleTap. What actually is StyleTap?
Well, StyleTap is a virtual machine. It implements the Palm environment on different platforms.
Okay.
We've already been out on Windows Mobile for the last 3 years. We're just in the final throes of beta on Symbian. So essentially you can think of it as an environment that allows you to take any Palm application and instantly turn it into a Symbian application. Runs binaries, completely compatible. You don't have to recompile, you don't have to reconvert or do anything to it. You simply take the application and run it on your Symbian device.
So let's get this straight. I can take my favorite Palm application from 2003 and I can simply take the PDB installation file, install your StyleTap runtime and pop in the Palm app into a particular folder?
Exactly.
Yeah, and it just runs as if it was running on a Palm?
Exactly. It doesn't know any different.
That's impressive. Are there any limitations in terms of low-level stuff and games and sound?
Sure, there are a few things. It certainly runs most games and does all those kinds of applications just fine. Some of the things that use the unique capabilities of the Palm ROM aren't going to work, so hacks and things like that. There are a couple of things on Symbian that we haven't yet had time to implement, such as the Bluetooth support. That's coming, but we just haven't had time to implement it yet in this first version.
Okay.
TCP/IP is there, VFS is there, so we read media cards. All of those things are there. One of the things that we always get asked about is performance.
Okay.
The good news is that all of these new devices are so fast that the emulation is virtually non-noticeable. It's unobtrusive. You aren't even aware that you're doing this emulation.
Okay. I presume StyleTap is a commercial product. How much is it going to cost when people can buy it?
Well, right now the Windows Mobile product is sold for $49.95 US. And we haven't quite announced the pricing for the Symbian version, but it'll be in that ballpark for commercial use.
And what sort of timescale are we talking about?
Probably in a matter of weeks.
Okay.
We just came out with the latest build. It's all looking good, so I think we're well on track for getting it out before the end of the year in a public release.
It's definitely on the home straight then. All right, thank you, Lou.
Exactly. Thank you.